In this episode of Knowledge Series, we are going to talk about the initiatives taken by Reserve Bank of India to bail out the economy due to the second wave of coronavirus. So because of this intensity of second wave, there have been lot of local lockdowns and restrictions for the mobility of the people, which has greatly hampered the revival process of the economy. So RBI, like it has come out in the last year with the relief measures, this year it has come out with similar relief measures targeted to the sectors which have been very badly hit because of the ferocious second wave of virus. Now, as far as the specific points of relief is concerned, RBI has allowed the banks to draw up to rupees 50,000 crores under TLTRO, that is targeted long-term repo operations. The funds are available for a period of 3 years at a very low rate of interest, that is at the repo rate of 4%. And banks can on-lend to the health sector, more importantly to the manufacturers of vaccine, because the vaccination program has to be intensified to come out of this pandemic. The second relief that has been given is to reach to the small borrowers. RBI has allowed small finance banks to draw up to 10,000 crores at 4% interest for a period of 3 years, again for on-lending to the micro enterprises and also microfinance institutions, so that the enterprises at the bottom of the pyramid will be protected and will be able to come out of this crisis with that help. The third, which is a very bigger measure, I would say, is allowing banks to restructure loans up to rupees 25 crores for a period of about 5 years, depending upon the individual requirement of the borrowers. Now, this restructuring framework, which is also called as Resolution Framework 2.0 to fight the second wave of virus, this has got the facility to stretch the repayment period of the borrowers who are not in a position to service the loans. Banks will be in a position to reschedule or restructure the loans. The benefit of the borrower is they will get time to readjust their repayment schedules, and bank will be benefited that the loans which are otherwise supposed to slip into non-performing assets will not get slipped into the non-performing asset category. They will remain standard assets, and the banks need not make provision for the bad loans to that extent. So it gives a dual benefit as far as the banks are concerned. First is the NPAs will not be slipping because of this virus affected borrowers, and the second thing is they will not have to make any provisions to that extent. So restructuring of loans facility up to 25 crores has been allowed. Now again, there has been a monetary policy review on 4th of June, which has also brought out some relief measures for the targeted sectors. The first thing is RBI has provided 15,000 crores to the banks for contact intensive sectors. The contact intensive sectors have been very badly affected. That is the saloons, spas, tourism and taxi services and restaurants and the spas and other tourism related activities were very badly affected. So those sectors will be getting loans from the banks with the help of these 15,000 crores, which is again available up to 31st of March 2022 to the banks, and they will be in a position to on-lend to these high contact centers, because of the fear of virus, these centers were very badly hit. The entertainment sector, tourism sector. So these will be getting the benefit. The other announcement which has been made is to provide rupees 16,000 crores to SIDBI, that is Small Industries Development Bank, so that they will be in a position to help the MSME sector, that is medium, small, micro, small and medium industries, that is MSME, micro, small and medium industries. The benefits will go to them, 16,000 crores. It is in addition to the series of targeted long-term repo operations which was allowed in the earlier editions of RBI's benefits. But in this particular, to fight the second wave of coronavirus, this facility has been given 16,000 crores to SIDBI. And one more change which has been made is the restructuring which was permitted for borrowers, ailing borrowers, up to 25 crores has been enhanced to 50 crores now. So now all borrowers who have loans up to 50 crores will be in a position to get the benefit of restructuring of their loan facilities. So again, banks will also be benefited, borrowers will also get some time, and they will not be categorized as non-performing loans. So all these combined together, it will be enabling the ailing sectors of the economy to fight the repercussions of the second wave of coronavirus. Now the third thing which has been done, of course, by the government, but it is relating to the loan structure. There was emergency credit line guarantee scheme announced by Reserve Bank of India, by the Government of India, for the first wave of coronavirus in 2020, up to rupees 3 trillion. So the banks have so far disbursed around 2.54 trillion. So there is a leg room of about 45,000 crores which is now available as an elbow room to be given to the different sectors of the economy. So what the government has done is they have made it as Emergency Credit Line Guarantee Scheme 4.0, that is the edition 4.0, by extending the loans to the aviation sector, because the airline sector is very badly affected and they wanted to give relief to the ailing sectors of the economy, and the banks will be now in a position to extend about 45,000 crores in the form of loans which are fully guaranteed by the government in case the repayment is not made. So this is another very big relief coming to the borrowers. If we take a holistic look of the initiatives that have been taken by RBI, the initiatives that have been taken by the Government of India, and the ramp up of the vaccination campaign, if we put together all these three developments, and if the banks are in a position to draw the funds which are made available now and on-lend to the targeted borrowers, I think we will be in a position to revive the economy much faster than what it was earlier. As far as the growth trajectory of the economy is concerned, because of the fourth quarter, 1.60 GDP growth, which has brought down the growth of the year 2021, that is the financial year 2021, to minus 7.3%. Now RBI's outlook for the growth has been reduced from 10.5% to 9.5% because of the hit by the second wave that is now has taken a serious turn, and there are a lot of losses of livelihood and life of the people. So we are now trying to come out of that. So if we take that into account, then I think as far as the GDP is concerned, it is logical that it will be further hit during the quarter 1 and quarter 2 of 21 and 22. So as far as 2021 is concerned, we have ended up the year with minus 7.3%, and we are expecting the year 21-22 to end somewhere around 9.5%. So different estimates by different think tanks, but on the whole, because of the second wave of coronavirus, we are slightly behind the curve as far as our growth trajectory is concerned. As far as the inflation is concerned, RBI expects the inflation to move within the glide path of inflation, that is plus or minus 2%, over 4%, that is the inflation should be somewhere between 2% to 6%. But there is always an upside risk because of the rise in the commodity prices and the external developments that are taking place. And very recently, the data on the wholesale price index has not been very encouraging. I think we have clocked about 10.49% as far as the whole WPI is concerned for the month of April. So taking these aspects, I think it will be a very big challenge to contain the inflation within the trajectory. But if all the schemes which have been announced by the Reserve Bank of India and the government are implemented in full spirit by the banking system and the non-banking intermediaries and the fintech companies all have to join together, then I think we will be in a position to recover the pace of revival, and that is what my take is all about as far as the relief to the to fight the second wave of coronavirus is concerned. So we will be talking more as we roll out more episodes. My request to all of you is please put your queries on the query box and be in touch with us, and we will be able to interact and learn more about the nuances of how the economy is evolving and how the relief measures are rolled out and how the vaccination process is going on. So thank you very much for being with me during the episode.